Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at Luvinia Online, and this is a free-to-play 3D fantasy MMORPG, but it's kind of got an interesting look to it. Your camera's pretty locked in at kind of a Diablo style angle, and the art style is kind of anime and stuff like that. So let's get in and take a look. As you're going to see, we're entering the game mode. You can see I have a level 25 warrior. That's not that impressive. It's actually pretty easy to get there. The game actually, from what I've seen, has probably a pretty easy bot system. It doesn't have a bot system, but if you wanted to bot it, you could probably do it pretty easily. But we're going to go through the character creation process. Like I said, I have the one character, but we're going to go through the character creation process. So as you can see, you've got two different factions that you could choose from, and then each faction has three different kind of nations to choose from. But it doesn't really matter too much because everybody pretty much starts in the same place. So we're going to go ahead, and it doesn't really matter which one you choose, just kind of has a little bit of a storied background to them. So we're going to go with Sky. We'll go with that, and then you've got different constellations that you can choose from. Now, the constellations may not seem like they're very important, but once you get a little bit later into the game, they actually do have some bearing on some daily quests and different quests that you do get to play with. So the game doesn't have a lot of options as far as the customization, but it's very typical of these type of games because essentially what they want you to do is they want you to have a little bit of customization, and then once you get into the game, they want you to start spending money on the cash shop to customize your character. So let's go ahead and create our name, create a character, sound effect. Interesting. All right. So I wonder if that means that I couldn't use that name or it didn't work. So, or I have to choose a sound effect. That's right. So essentially you have to choose a sound effect.
I can take care of myself, thanks.
And it's
What did you want me to say?
basically the voice that your character is going to have. So we'll go ahead and choose that one. There we go. Now all characters start as a beginner, and we'll get into that in a second. You can see my character here is level 25. He's a warrior, but all characters start as a beginner, and you'll see once we get into the game how exactly that works. But I'll describe it a little bit right now as we're going on. Once you reach a certain level, you're going to choose kind of your path, whether you want to go be a mage, whether you want to be a warrior, or whether you want to be what they call a walker. Now, a walker is essentially your rogue type. So now each day you're going to be able to log in and you'll be able to go get these lucky tokens. I highly recommend that you get these tokens because they're used to buy different items in the game at the lucky token vendor. Well, look at that. Surprise, surprise. But you can buy different items that can be pretty advantageous. Now the game uses a basic system for quests. As you can see up here, this character has a question mark above her head. And this is where the camera angles, I should say, that you're locked into. So you can see I can't go down any lower than that right there, so we're never going to be able to see the sky. But that's not too big of a deal. You can scroll in pretty tight, see characters, see NPCs, and you can definitely see the very anime style to the graphics. And as usual with these games, you'll receive gifts, for playing. So for your first couple of hours or so, you're going to receive a bunch of different gifts. You can click around on the ground to move around, or you can move around with WASD. Now, if you try and do like strafing with Q or anything like that, Q is just going to bring up your quest log. So let's go ahead and talk to and complete our first quest. And you can see it's going to walk us through all this different stuff. And you've got these different characters down here. They're going to show up, and you just kind of click through their text, or you can listen to what they're saying. Pretty cool little dragon over here that looks like you can actually talk to. So let's go ahead and click through this. Let's get through this. There we go. Now we're going to continue. Beginning warrior, and as you can see, you've got different ones. We're going to go ahead and be a magician. So we're going to go ahead and decide beginner masters. Consider again, you know what? I'm going to decide, and that's going to take me off to go do other quests specific to becoming a magician. So first thing we're going to have to do is drive away some slipper bunnies. But let's go ahead and go look at the skills. And as you can see, you start out with one skill, this magic missile. And then as you level up, you actually have two level ups. You have your regular level, and then you have your actual level for your class. And that's this top bar. So you can see I have 0.40 there, 0.35 on level. And then once you level up to certain levels, you're able to right click on your different skills, and then you're able to level up your skills so they become more powerful. Then as you can see in the magician path, I'm going to first become a magician at level 10, and then at level 40 I'm going to have the option to become a warlock or a priest. And then these are later advancements, job advancements that are coming soon. And you can see if you become a warrior, you become a knight or a fighter. Same thing, later, our second job advancement is still coming soon. And then if you become a walker, you can later become a scout or an artist. Kind of interesting on the walker side or the rogue side, but hey, whatever's clever. So it looks like I got my twin following me around here, and it looks like we just both happened to hit the exact same quest at the same time. Now it's kind of cool that they do have the option for you to be able to go and find these different NPCs and different monsters and stuff like that just by clicking on it. Now unfortunately it's not right here, which a lot of games they'll put it right there to where you'll be able to just click on the monster you're looking for. Now when I said you could bot stuff, essentially what you could do is you could very easily set up something that just hits tab, selects a monster, and then you just start fighting away. And because they don't hit that hard, you can essentially just keep taking them out and keep leveling up. Now, obviously, you'll have to keep finding places where the monsters are a little bit lower level, but still not too big of a deal if you did want to do that. So as you can see, these are dropping some silver coins. Not sure where these bunnies are keeping these silver coins, and I'm not sure I really want to know, nor am I sure that I really want to pick them up. But if you do want to pick them up, an easy way to do it is just to go ahead and hit spacebar a few times, and you'll go ahead and pick them up. You can see right there I can use the 1, which is basic melee attack, or I can use 2, which is going to go ahead and cast my magic missile. Now the nice thing with these skills is that you can just press the skill 1 time, and it's going to go ahead and keep casting or keep using the skill that you have. If you're a warrior and you're using warrior skills, walker, whatever, just if you want to take and you want to use your skill, I just hit it 1 time, and it's going to go ahead and just keep casting away on those magic missiles until the monster. Well, slipper bunnies aren't really a monster, but they are what I need to take out. So it just kept casting on them. So you can see this little tutorial fairy will pop up every once in a while. She says, congratulations, you eliminated slipper bunnies. You can use the spacebar to quickly pick up items. So she's basically telling you exactly what I just told you. Now, we did get our first little item here, so we're going to go ahead and open that up. Let's go ahead and take that and continue. And let's go ahead and open up our inventory. You can see right here we've got our novice gift box. We can open that up, get a bunch of healing potions, and as usual we want to assign these to some hotkey bars. So let's assign these, and probably more important, our mana bars. So our mana potions, we'll assign those. And we also got this level 5 gift box from that, but we're only level 2, so we can't open that yet. But let's look at what the small adventure pack had in it. And these you'll get ever so often. And the nice thing is basically what the game is doing, and a lot of games do this, so this is nothing new, is they're essentially giving you items that that are meant to kind of get you hooked on the cash shop. Just like that right there, I did get my first mount, so let's go ahead and jump on that and ride around, because it's much quicker to ride around on our little turtle instead of walking. So let's turn this quest in and pick up the next one. There we go. Find and TS the Rogue Course Examinator, and we'll get some of that. So let's click on that. While we're cruising over there, we can take a look at some of these other things. So actions, these are all your different emotes. Then you've got your calendar, which calendar isn't available until you're level 20, but essentially it's going to have like daily quests, and once you join a guild, it'll have guild quests and stuff like that. And then you've got game help, which is really, to say help is very helpful, especially if you kind of forget different commands or you haven't played in a while. It's very good to you can go back through there and see kind of some things that you maybe forgot, or some things that you missed, or things that you're just not getting. So there we go. We've got those potions. So he wants to take out some gray bats and 3 night caveats. So we're going to head into our first little dungeon. So let's cruise off this way and head in through this little gate, portal, or whatever. So the game's kind of cool. It's the game world is actually littered with these little dungeons. So, and it's cool because even once you get inside, your character will still run to exactly where all of these things are. So, and like I said, it's pretty easy to just take tab away, just click our skill, and start taking him down. Now let's see if we did. We actually got leveled up. So let's go out. So you see, once you get here, you can see it has a little up key on it. So you can right click on it, go ahead and hit up, and there we go. And it's a lot more powerful. So you'll see these things will probably go down in 1 or 2 hits now. Oh, I guess it's still going to be 3 because we're still not strong enough. So you become stronger. Press the K key. Open this class skills. she's just one step behind me. But we did get this thing right here. So this is going to increase magic attack by 36 points. So this will help me take some of these guys down in 1 or 2 shots. Well, there we go. In 1 shot. So there we go. We've taken out those. Then we take out the knight caveats. Let's head off in this direction. But as you can see, the game definitely has a pretty decent variety in the monsters that they have. At least in this little area so far. But once you get into the next area, you're going to have the beginning areas always have kind of your basics, wolves and bugs and stuff like that. And it's pretty funny because around the mid-20s, you're going to start to take out some kobolds, and they're actually like a little dog-like creature. They almost look a lot like Goofy from Disney, but hey, whatever. The game does have some portions where it's not very imaginative in my mind. There's actually some sound effects that sound to me like they were ripped off directly from WoW. So those kind of take a little bit away because I've heard them plenty of times before, as I have played WoW quite a bit. So there we go, take those out, and now let's head back into this cave and take out some red bats. You can see right now, because it's Halloween, they've got all these jack-o'-lanterns and stuff sitting around, so Outspark is definitely going to keep updating the game. As you see, they've definitely put a lot of effort into little nuances like that. So, but let's take a look at some of these other things while we're running. Gateway Magic Box. So we only have the ability to open that once we graduate. So we've got a little ways to go. And this is the premium inventory. So as you get different premium inventory, you buy stuff. That'll show up there. If you saw our quests, then you've got the League, which is your guild and stuff like that. But I haven't joined. They call them families, actually. So once we get out of the beginner town, we're going to be able to head and either create a family or join one. Also, once you kind of get out of this beginner area, you'll start to collect different cards from the, we need to talk to this guy, from the monsters that you kill or from different quests. And those cards get really important because what they are is you can take in, let's see if any of my items actually have it right now. None of them do. But normally you'll see down at the bottom, you'll see a little square, and they're kind of just a different take on the socketing system that you see in a lot of other games. And really kind of got its start in some older games. But the socketing system, or the card system here, essentially allows you to add different enhancements to your weapons and to your gear that you find or that you create through enchanting and stuff like that, and then add to your armor additional defensive abilities, or to your weapon additional attack properties or additional damage. On my warrior, I have a sword, and I was able to actually increase the damage on the sword pretty significantly by adding a card that essentially increases the minimum and the maximum damage as well as strength. So it's something that it's a piece of the system that gets really important, and the nice thing about it is it actually comes into play very early on in the game. I think it's probably mid-teens that I was actually seeing my first cards and stuff like that. So let's go ahead, and it looks like we completed a couple quests. We also leveled up. Let's see if we can take our skills up. We can actually take our magic missile up. And once you take and you get out of this beginner area as well, you'll be able to talk to your trainer, start to get additional skills, things like that. You're also going to be able to take, and you're going to be able to start not only adding cards, but you're also going to be able to take and start using, let's see if we have any. We do not. Actually, maybe in this gift box. Nope, just more of the different cash shop items that the game offers. But you're going to be able to start to not only take and add the cards, but you're also going to be able to do +1, +2, +3, and stuff like that to your weapons and to your gear. So it looks like we have an opportunity here to select. Oh yeah, now this is something I almost forgot. So basically what the game does is it knows your class. So instead of you having to actually pick which one of these that you want, it automatically gives you the one that matches your class. So there you go. So you've received a suitable weapon. Open B. Yep, I already know. So we're going to go ahead and equip that. As you can see, it changes on my avatar or on my little character. So let's cruise back to the road course examiner. and turn that in. But like I was saying, you're going to be able to do +1, +2, +3, all that different stuff to your weapons. So it's kind of a dual enchanting system, I guess you could say, where you have not only the cards that you can socket into your gear, but then you also have the ability to add +1s, +2s, which give you percentage bonuses to all the attributes that are on a weapon or on armor and stuff like that. Kind of a cool system. And all that good jazz. But let's go ahead and take a look at the map. So this is the map of the area that we're in. Then we could zoom out and see the area outside. We can zoom out even farther, and we could see the world map. We could see we're right now at the Gateway College. And you could tell there's a lot of different areas to check out and explore and all of that good jazz, which is always nice to see a wide variety of areas to take a look at and stuff like that. Now, I'll tell you that when I first got my mount, that it was kind of weird that you actually get your mount, and then if you try to actually enable it or use it by right-clicking on it or assign it to a hotkey, it won't work. It'll just unequip it. So you've got to use this this riding skill. So just a little thing, but you never know. May save one of you from doing what I did and really wondering exactly what's going on with these mounts. So, but there we go. Once again, we went ahead and we turned in our quest, and it automatically gave us gear, and on top of that, it automatically equipped the gear. So another little thing, if you don't have any gear in a certain spot and it gives it to you, don't go looking through your actual backpack, because it won't be in there. It will actually be equipped already and ready for use. So here we go. We're going to go into our first underwater zone. So the game has a ton of these. It has a bunch of different underwater zones, and it's kind of interesting to see yourself swim around, and we don't need to go very far because here are all the little crabs that we need to take out. So hopefully we'll be taking them out with one hit. There we go. And we've got to take out 6 of these guys. It's very nice that the game does this in the beginning, that essentially gives you all this stuff that is going to help you take these creatures out in one hit, because really getting through the beginning levels is not really kind of the point of the game. Yeah, of course, they want you to get used to the interface and all of that stuff, and we're getting a lot of magical contract boxes. Let's see what's in these things. But the main thing is they want to get you to where you're actually into the later game and using some of the skills and some of the higher level skills. So I can totally see why they do that, and they move you through these early levels pretty quick, especially in this, this Gateway College or whatever, because you don't need to be here long, and they want to get you out into the other areas where you're getting into a family, all that stuff. But as far as like the pros and cons and things of that nature, you can definitely see it has a specific graphical style. So if this is your graphical style, or if let's say it's not your graphical style, it's gonna be one of those things where it either is or it isn't. Very much like a lot of other games like this out there, whether it be MapleStory or Eden Eternal or whatever. It's either you love it or you hate it. Some people I know are going to be upset with the fact that it's kind of, the camera's locked in on kind of a Diablo style structure. But hey, you know what? That's not always a bad thing. On top of that, the game does have the typical interface pieces that are very very common in a lot of these free-to-play games, where they kind of give you kind of a touch of using different items, and then after that you're going to have to take and start spending some dough to be able to use them and be able to see all the different things that are available. Sound-wise, like I've already said, some of the sounds seem like they were ripped off from other games. I don't know if the publisher really was paying attention in that respect, or if they just didn't care. Kind of an interesting thing as far as I'm concerned to use sounds from other games, but hey, that's their choice. As far as the different monsters and stuff like that go, not a ton of imagination right off the bat, at least from what I've seen. Pretty basic stuff, pretty common stuff. It is pretty cool that you can cruise underwater and see all of the different fish and pearls. Quest-wise, pretty similar to a lot of other games. Want you to go out and kill X number of these, or take out X number of these, or go collect Y number of these items, and all that's different stuff. I haven't seen many quests that are much beyond that. pretty basic, your pretty usual stuff. So, but like I said, if the graphics are your style, you like something that the leveling is quick, the population of the game seems like it's doing pretty well, which is always nice, especially if you want to get involved in the PvP combat and the faction-based PvP and all that good jazz. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And if you'd like to play or learn more about Luvinia Online, you can read our full review at MMODen.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.